Over the past 4 years, I've tried more outreach methods than I care to admit, and in this video, I'll be breaking down which ones are the most effective, my experiences, and which ones I would use in 2023. A lot has changed since I started in 2018, and many of the things that worked then don't work now. Of course, the principles remain the same, however, you must adapt in order to survive. Things have gotten a lot more focused on software and tools and automations, but back when I started, we didn't really have access to any of that. I think the first method everyone uses is cold email. Now, I don't talk about this on my channel because I never seen success with it. After I got home from my 9-to-5 job, I'd send between 100 and 150 cold emails every single day, and it took me hours. I did set up one meeting in person, but I didn't close the deal. When I was doing cold email, you didn't have access to the tools that we do now. There was really no way to warm up your account, so you were literally just sending emails from a new domain. I'm not saying cold email doesn't work, because there are many people out here on YouTube and in this space that make a lot of money with it, but it hasn't worked in my personal experience, and you need to be sending, in my opinion, at least 500 emails per day to see any success with this. Out of all the methods for most industries, it would be the last one I would choose just because of how low the open rate is and the response rate actually is. So the next method I tried was actually LinkedIn. I did this for about 3 months, I believe, and actually signed 2 clients. I had a VA help me with the LinkedIn Sales Navigator, and he would find the leads for me, send them the first message from my account. I believe he was doing around 50 to 70 messages per day. If I got a reply, then I would continue the conversation, and if they didn't respond, I had a 4-message follow-up sequence that would go out over the next 2 weeks. I did stop this because I wanted to get clients quicker. Just like email, I believe LinkedIn has gotten more difficult because of the sheer volume of messages people get. Now look, I haven't been active on my account for nearly 2 years, and I still get several messages per day. So I can only imagine the people who have a following and are active. The next method I tried was Facebook and Instagram at DMs. Now, there's a few ways I would send messages on Facebook. The first one, I would just look up real estate agents in whatever area, real estate, and message the pages or personal profiles of the real estate agents. The next thing I did was join all of the real estate Facebook groups and then add value and add members as friends. You will notice, especially in the real estate industry, you can start adding a few as your friends, and then the suggested will also be agents. So I was sending about 30 to 50 new friend requests per day, and majority of them were getting accepted. I eventually had like 4,950 friends on Facebook, and the cap is 5,000, and like 3,700 of those were real estate agents from Australia, New Zealand, and the USA. What I could do now, since I had a pretty big friends list, was start posting some content on my feed, which, if I'm honest, didn't get me clients, but it does actually help. When people look at your profile, they see what you're doing and who you are. It gives you credibility. Now, when you add people as a friend, please don't send them a message right away. Wait a couple of days. I never sent written messages. When I started doing both Facebook and Instagram, I was sending voice messages, which worked very well. I was able to book a lot of meetings with this because a personalized 30 to 60-second voice note is better than a message. This is how I got my first few clients. I was applying the same concept to Instagram and sending voice messages, but at the same time, I also incorporated sending 30-second video messages, just selfie-style video messages, which really hit for me. At the time, it wasn't really being done, although I didn't like being on camera and it took like 5 or 6 takes to get one video. It was super effective. Facebook and Instagram messages for me has been the most successful by far, and I eventually started adding Loom videos as well. By now you would have all heard of Loom outreach, and I first heard about it from Jeremy Haynes back in 2018, who's an OG marketer and not one of these bullshit gurus. He works with some incredibly wealthy clients, and he called it the perfect cold video pitch. Basically a 5 to 10 minute video going through how you can help their business, analyzing it, breaking it down, and what you're actually going to be doing for them, and creating leverage. A word of warning: when you start, you will suck, and I think I sent and recorded about 100 videos, and it took me about 20 minutes each one, and I got 0 responses. So be prepared to fail, because if you're not comfortable or confident on camera, it will show, and all you need to do is just keep practicing and practicing and practicing. Once you get over this, I've found the real players who are actually killing it in the space actually love the Loom videos. automatically you stand out from the crowd because it's personalized and targeted. Now, I would send these via email, Facebook, LinkedIn, and any other platform that they were on, so I had the best chance for them seeing the video and actually watching it. Nowadays, Loom is still powerful, but what's shifted is instead of a 5 to 10 minute video, you only need a 2 to 3 minute video. And this is going to book you multiple meetings per week. Something short, sharp, and punchy for them to book calls with you. I also tried cold calling because prior to starting my own business, I worked in a call center for about 11 months. Something I noticed though was I could sell and cold call for other businesses, but I struggled to do cold calling for my own business. Not sure if anyone else has had that problem, but yeah, that was just me. I think cold calling is a great method because in the right niche, you can get direct access to the business owner's number, so you don't have to go through the BS and the fluff of the gatekeeper. Plus, it's instantaneous, right? You don't have to wait a day or 2, 3 days, 5 days for responses. You connect with that business owner in a matter of seconds. After a couple of years of doing cold outreach and scaling to around 14K per month, I wanted to try paid ads. Now, when I started running ads, my agency had collapsed because it was at the beginning of COVID in March 2020, so all my clients left. Paid ads has been the single best investment I've ever made. From day one, I've booked meetings, and the meetings were very high quality because they actually want your service. And for the first time, I had the authority because they were coming to me rather than me going to them. They sold themselves to me. Why should I work with them? I scaled to 40K within 30 days, and if you do want to check that video, it will be in the description. And for me, that's been the sweet spot. I've used the same ad templates, and I do change and tweak a couple of things when needed, but it takes me about 20 minutes to set up a campaign for any client. For me now, it takes no time at all, and if you do have some money and willing to test, paid ads are going to be the most effective way to set meetings for yourself. The key to outreach is consistency and sending as many messages as you possibly can each and every day. Every platform has its limits, but you can set up other accounts and you really have no excuses. If you want my help one-on-one, then click the first link in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.